It was a Saturday night and I was home alone. My mum was at work and Dad had popped out to the shops a couple of years back, so I don't know when he'll be coming home. Must be a massive queue. Anyway, none of that mattered. I was home alone and that meant some of me time. So I grabbed the laptop from under my bed, put it up and began to search MIDGE. Then out of nowhere, my computer cut to black. The lamp shut off. The room was instantly encased into darkness. I will admit, I slightly pooed myself at this point. So, in a very short amount of time, I went from a very, very happy Dave, I was home alone, I was watching Pornhub, to a very, very sad Dave, encased in darkness in his bedroom with shit in his pants. I got up and waddled to the bathroom in complete darkness and sorted myself out. Now, stealth mode. I slowly made my way downstairs and got to the electrical power box. The cables had been pulled out. The box had a padlock on, but it was broken. I put all the pieces together and then settled for an unquestionable truth that my bastard cat did this. I shrugged it off and just plugged back in the cables and went back inside into the living room. And right there, and then, my blood ran cold as I realised I don't have a cat. My heart began to race as I was trying to think on what on earth it could have been that had cut open the padlock, broke into my electrical unit and pulled out the cables. I sat down, head in hands, as I was trying to think of all the possibilities. Was it one of my friends, perhaps? No, I have no friends. Maybe it was that really quiet, sweet old lady that's too afraid to leave her house that lives next door. That bitch! How could she do this? I went into the kitchen as I was going to make myself a sandwich to get my energy up. I'd need it if I was going to take out my neighbour, the old woman. When I got into the kitchen, I seen the kettle was boiling. What the fuck? I muttered. Then, as I looked to the other side of the room, I seen a man dressed in all black, wearing a mask, staring right at me. At first I thought it was Uncle Kevin, because he would always do weird stuff like this when I was his kid, and my parents had gone out and he was to watch me. Uncle Kev? Hello. I gasped in shock and froze. What? You're not Uncle Kevin? He then gestured towards the kettle and said, You okay there, mate? I'm making a cup of tea if you'd fancy one. I fell to the floor. What the fuck? What would you say there? I just want to make a sandwich, man. There was a pause. Oh, go ahead. I don't think I've stolen your bread. I got up instantly. Okay. I cautiously made my sandwich while staring at him. As he made the tea, he hummed to himself. You never said, would you like one? He gestured towards the kettle. I looked at the tea. It was beautiful. This man, this strange man who had appeared from nowhere, was making me a tea. Maybe he was more than a man. Maybe he was my angel. I don't know. I said yes to his proposal. I then skipped to the living room and sat down and watched the TV. He walked in with my tea in his hand and gave it to me. I gave him a thankful smile and he sat down. We watched TV together as I ate my sandwich. We told stories about our lives. Oh, there was this one time, right? I broke into someone's house, and I took up to £300. It was wicked, yes, I shall tell you. Yeah, well, once I stole a Kit Kat from an aunt's cupboard. Are you serious? Yeah. I was caught though because she found the wrapper on the table and hit me with a dishcloth. I never cried so much in my life. But anyway, I've finally put last week behind me. Do you want a game of FIFA? I suggested. He nodded his head in agreement. And a smile grew on my face. We both laughed and raced upstairs, turning on FIFA. We laughed and played around for hours, and I can honestly say it was the best time of my life. I finally found someone I could call a friend. He was there for me. He taught me how to ride a bike. He cradled me when I got way too scared of films. He taught me the ways of life. But eventually, it was time for him to go. And as I gazed out across my front lawn, watching him get into his sketchy looking ice cream van and wave to me. I knew I'd never forget that day, as long as I lived.